Welcome back to a best of 3 here between Goblin and Marinelord. Both of these players know... I was gonna say both of these players know how to cheese and be aggressive. When I saw these two play the best of 3, I wanted to check it out. Marinelord, one of the guys that used to be a very solid macro player, but lately has been resorting to mainly cheesing. I believe he still plays mech in TVZ as well. He quit for a while. He switched to Overwatch, where he didn't have the most successful career. I think he got pretty decent, but never got into any big teams. Then he switched into Age of Empires 2. And now he is back to StarCraft. And he's good at StarCraft, don't get me wrong. He's very good at StarCraft even. But he's not quite at the level where he used to be. Where he used to be definitely a top 3, maybe even a top 5 Terran right now. And we're talking in Europe then. I think he used to be probably the second best Terran or the third best Terran. I think at times between him and Hero Marine or... his peak was before Clem was there, so I won't include Clem. Maybe Marinelord and Special, relatively similar level. Nowadays it feels like he's a little bit lower, worse than Sol. It's lower than Uthermal, Clem, Hero Marine. I guess he would be the 5th best Terran in Europe. Definitely also worse than Special though, so probably top 6, top 7 Terran in the Foreigner world. If we start adding the Koreans, it obviously goes down as there's a lot of good Korean Terrans at this point still. So opening up with a 3-Rex opener here, single gas as a good 3-Rex is supposed to be. Reaper, well, what is this Reaper actually doing? Not much actually. Reaper's gonna try to poke in, won't be able to get it done though. Stargate is already pushing out Phoenixes like his life depends on it. And we see a... What is this? So usually when you open straight into Twilight Council, that is from an Oracle. I don't think I've actually ever seen this from a Stargate. Is the follow-up just going... Wait, okay, so it's 2 Phoenix into Twilight. What is the follow-up here then? Is that DT or Blink or... Okay, a 3rd Phoenix? It's gonna be charged, right? I have no clue. I've never seen this build order in my life. Okay, it's gonna be charged before 3rd Nexus. Huh. I have no... And he's getting Stalkers. So this is his 3rd Stalker, I believe. So he has 3 Stalkers in Adept. And he's playing Phoenix Charge. I've seen a lot of weird build orders in my life. And a lot of the time when I was watching these weird build orders, I was the one executing them as well. So I know a lot about offbeat strategies. But this is pushing it. Even for me. I am not quite sure what this is. What is the goal of this build? Well, whenever you see a build order, you always got to ask yourself, what is the goal of this build? And the goal of this build, obviously, is to kill an aggressive move out from the opponent. Whether that is going to be a 1-1-1 type of play, with like a tank, a Raven, or a tank and maybe a Banshee and a bunch of Marines, or a 3-Rex with a crap ton of units. Oh my god, Goblin's just gonna dive in. He knows that Marinelord doesn't want to use a stim yet. Man, that was such a ballsy move for a single Marine risking the life of his Phoenixes. He's gonna get a force. Oh my god, this might actually just work. He's gonna chrono boost the charge one more time. He has a crap ton of units at this point. Doesn't want to show these zealots yet. He has 5 of them. I mean, there's no way that Marinelord can push into this. But I don't think that Goblin is going to be happy with just pushing this away. He wants to fight, and he's going to fight. Runs in with the zealots immediately. Loses 2 Phoenixes very rapidly as well, but he will be able to clean it up. 900 minerals in the bank though, and this base is rather late. But this is a complete cleanup. What a weird build order here out of Goblin, who's stuck right now on 40 workers against 46. Had Marinelord realized this, he probably just would have gone home and said, hey, you're down 8 workers or 6 workers. Why in the world would I attack you? And the answer would have been, well, there is actually no answer. I shouldn't have attacked you. Of course, Marinelord couldn't quite know this. That's the disadvantage of losing your Reaper, not knowing what your opponent is doing. Perhaps seeing how late that 3rd base was, he could have realized something. But this is such a weird build order that I don't even blame him for not expecting this to happen. We see 2 extra barracks going down. It's going to be going up to, what, 5 barracks, right? Oh, yeah. For whatever reason, I only saw 2. But his 3 barracks will be going up to 5. Third CC on the way as well. And even though Marinelord is a little bit down in units lost, I don't mind his position too much. 50 workers against 50 workers. Good production coming out of him. There's no upgrades whatsoever here for Goblin, who's gonna be going into an 8-gate Phoenix charge lot. And without upgrades, that means the longer the game goes on, the worse it gets for Goblin, because he doesn't really have anything going into a longer game. He needs to fight, and he needs to fight, well, preferably now already. Of course, you don't want to run into your opponent's natural. And here comes Goblin. Will be able to take out a worker, doesn't lose a Phoenix for it. He's very ballsy with these units. Now I see Goblin moving back a little bit. I don't think Goblin can actually be here. And yet Marinelord's just ahead in supply because he's just been mining more than his opponent as well. Phoenixes are looking for damage here. We'll be going in between the army and the potential reinforcements so that this army basically gets isolated. Right now there's no way that Marinelord can reinforce this army without the Phoenixes picking it up. And that means that if they fight right now, that Goblin basically just has a bigger army. He needs to fight ASAP though. Here comes Goblin charging in. Lots of Marines are being lifted. Will not be going for the Marauders. No. Instead he says, if I'm just going to lift all your anti-air, how will you be able to kill my Phoenixes? And I think he makes a pretty fair point there, as the Phoenix number is still relatively high. There's only 12 Marines left at this point. 8 Phoenixes. The moment the Marine count drops too low, I think that Marinelord just loses his entire army. There's a lot of energy still on these Phoenixes. I think Marinelord just needs to go home for a little bit. He should have seen that right now there's no upgrades whatsoever here for Goblin. Goblin doesn't... Ooh, big supply block. Or well, no, it just gets 3 depots. Isn't supply block at all. So, good anticipation here on the potential supply block out of Marinelord. 8 more Zealots on the way, as well as a Robo Bay. 4 gas here for Goblin. 9 Phoenixes are out, not quite being controlled. 8 Phoenixes are out as 1 bites the dust. 2 Immortals, 16 Zealots and 8 Phoenixes walk into a bar. Sadly, there's no one there. There's just a mine barrel. Explodes on top of the Zealot. And then gets lifted by these Phoenixes. I'm not quite sure why Marinelord is so keen on pushing forward, but it seems like it probably won't even matter, as the army size here for Marinelord just isn't quite a beautiful drag on top of that army with the Phoenixes. And this army is falling rapidly right now. And this is the situation I was afraid of as a Marinelord enjoyer. Your average Marinelord enjoyer. There's not enough anti-air anymore, which means these Phoenixes will be able to kill all of these medevacs. Hello? No. Reinforcements are showing up. Enough Marines here to push this back for now. Marinelord, just calm down, my friend. You're 1-1 against 0-0. Your opponent has no upgrades on the way. You're already getting a fort base. Why are you attacking like you need to kill? You should be defending. You should be relaxing. Better economy, better upgrades, better tech, better potential for the end game. There's nothing here that gives me any hope for Goblin if this game goes until 2-2 basically. The moment 2-2 finishes up, this game ends. The game is just over. 4 upgrades ahead Marinelord will be. On top of that, with the enhanced shockwaves and with the Ghost. Obviously, just enhanced shockwave doesn't do anything, but in combination with the Ghost, extremely powerful. The army of Goblin will melt like butter on a hot stove on a summer's day in June in Ohio. We have 8 medevacs flying a bit too far forward. Once again, Marinelord engaging this army head on. Not the biggest fan of that, but without the upgrades, Goblin's army just simply isn't strong enough to defend these positions. 2 Immortals are dealing a lot of damage against the Marauders. The Colossi also is trying to push out the damage, but I don't think this fight is going to be it here for Goblin. The single Ghost helping out as well. A lot of these Phoenix are now devoid of any energy. Are lacking energy altogether. Marauder count is high. And even though Marinelord didn't need to, he did, and it worked. He moved across the map, killed his opponent, said, hey, I don't want this game to go much longer. I think I deserve my win now, and I'm here to collect it. And Marinelord is a very good death collector, apparently. Scary man to have. If he's from the collection agency, you haven't been paying your fine. You misparked your car. Haven't been paying your car tax. Third base goes down as well, as more More assets of Goblin are getting seized here by the taxman. Well, getting seized, mainly destroyed. The raw materials reduced back to 0. EMP's going down. These Phoenixes out of energy, out of shields. And I think Marinelord will be able to pick up game number 1 here on Oxide. Game number 2 here is going to be played on... Is that messing up the score? It's going to be played here on Lightshade. See Marinelord opening up with a proxy Rex, like I mentioned before. Marinelord a big fan of proxying things himself. Goblin also a big fan of proxying things. Are we going to be seeing a second gas go down? Nope, not yet. The answer is a hard and resounding no. As this SCV is going to go scout what's happening on the other side. This is bad for Goblin, by the way. This is the dream scenario for Marinelord, getting that barracks behind the natural here on Lightshade. 2 gases are done. SCVs are being rallied. Oh my god, there's no way this works. Oh, okay, I thought he was going to hide the probe. But he doesn't. Okay, that would have been really sick though. If he had hidden the probe, I would have loved that. Is he going to scout that there's a barracks? I mean, there's no way. This looks so bad for Goblin right now. If he isn't aware of that. Oh, now he's aware of it. What does Goblin do? What does the Goblin do? Bunker straight being built next to the pylon? Not the worst decision, I guess. Kinda like it even. Salad is going to be a little bit late as well. Cybercore is gonna finish up as the Salad is still building, so a straight adept is not going to be possible. This worker definitely is gonna fall. Reaper will move into the main base. Salad will need to clear this bunker before it gets up. You see worker pool needs to be microed back. Second worker goes down immediately here. SCV also went down though for our good friend Marinelord. Third worker going down. And my good friend Goblin is in a little bit of trouble. What's he gonna do with the Zealot? It's gonna just fight, just hit the barracks? Oh my god, fourth worker going down. Stalker not quite acting. Not defending his motherland as of yet. Hello, can we get some control here? No, instead fifth worker going down. This Reaper is going to fall, but 6 worker kills on that Reaper. Did they say that the Zealot killed the Reaper? Are you joking? How's that even possible? How can you even lose a Reaper to a Zealot? Oh man, that's very, very painful for Marinelord. We see Goblin starts moving across the map, but shouldn't be able to achieve too much there. 2 Stalkers and a Zealot make their way across the map. I mean, wait, what? He's going into a reactor? He needs a tech lab. He won't have any units. He needs to build mines immediately. This needs to be mines ASAP. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit awkward now, I think. Well, he's still gonna be able to just straight up go. I think he will still just be able to win this. Quick repair here on the depot and everything will be fine. Quick repair here on the depot and What was this response? Lost an SCV as well to a probe. What was this? How is this possible? This would have been fine if he hadn't lost the Reaper to the Zealot. Or if he just repairs this. He was so far ahead. He's such a good spot. That's unbelievable. That actually is unbelievable. Oh my god. Marinelord completely throwing this game out of the window as Goblin, after losing 6 workers to a Reaper, wins the game by accidentally killing a depot. The score is 1-1. Alright, game 3 here between Goblin and Marinelord. Yeah. Interesting game, that last one. Just very terrible defense initially out of Goblin, obviously, after not scouting a thing. And then, like, magnificent micro initially out of Marinelord. But then, what is this? Whoa, what am I seeing? Guess he uses this and this. Builds a tech over here. Maybe not too bad. I like it. I take back what I said. I love this wall. This is nice. this is a thing of beauty. If I was Marinelord, I would have proxied again. I would have just proxied straight over here and said, hey, you got your little hop-in ramp here. Your micro against my Reaper was pretty bad. Like, what you gonna do? And honestly, I doubt Goblin would have been able to just walk across the map one more time with a Zealot and 2 Stalkers and straight up win the game. Seems very unlikely. That last game is something else. This should have been a 2-0. I should have been done already. Laying on the beach, enjoying my holiday. But instead, I have to cast this 3rd game, because Marinelord forgot that the repair function existed. I don't like to see that at all. SV Scout coming out of Marinelord, I don't blame him. Goblin, of course, known for being a dirty proxy Void Ray player. Don't want to be losing to any of those shenanigans. Marinelord most likely will be opening up with a Reaper as well here. I say that because I know Marinelord a little bit. Reaper first. Playing for Team Cup, which I think is the Coca's team, is a French caster. It's not really a team, but it's more for French players that don't have a team. They can join Cup, and Coca will send them some cash, and you know they can help. Oh my good lord, Goblin getting absolutely blasted here. SCV is not gonna go down. This gas is going to be a little bit delayed. Beautiful move out of Marinelord. I love it. Marinelord is one of those players that is so good at knowing what is annoying for the other races. Not necessarily what is best for himself, but just what is annoying. And taking that gas is extremely annoying. TOS hate this when this happens, because it delays your gas, and it means if you want to play Stargate, it just becomes a little bit harder. You just don't quite have the gas for it. I love that move. Marinelord has so many small, cute moves like that, which make him hell to play against. He just knows what's annoying and what's difficult to fight. Now, whenever he plays against these very solid players, he does tend to lose. I have to admit, he tends to lose when he plays against very solid players, but if the player isn't completely on point, if you're not the greatest player in the world, you're gonna be struggling with Marinelord, because he is the most annoying person that you can be fighting against. He's gonna be trying to pop up, doesn't quite see the tech, might want to try to pop up here. Goblin went in a little bit too quick, should have baited him a bit further. So we once again see the 3-Rex coming out of Marinelord here. Just like in game number 1, he will be moving out most likely with a couple of Marines, Marauders, of course the good old Stim, Combat Shield combination. I believe he gets a 2nd Tech Lab as well, right? He usually does. Was a little bit late with it, but happens to the best. Can't blame the guy. Stim not quite starting immediately either, as the Reaper is being controlled. I'm always surprised when I see that Tech Labs aren't in a control group for Terran. I'd say you just put them in the control group with the CC. So while you're microing your Reaper, you can just immediately start your Stim or something like that. And later on, when you don't need it anymore, you can just take it out of your control group. It doesn't even take priority over Command Center, because they have priority over almost everything that is in a unit. Adept looking for damage. The T-drop is going to be the weapon of choice here for Goblin. Marinelord walking into a bit of a supply block. Ooh, well, it's like a 1.5 second supply block. I don't mind it. I don't care about it, Marinelord. You do you, man. That's tight. Is this a single? Okay, that was double adapt, not single adapt. If you're Marinelord here, okay, and you see your opponent has a Twilight Council and opening with adapt, not taking a 3rd base yet. Did he see the Prism? I'm not sure if he did. I would be expecting, yeah, either a DT drop or 4-gate blink. And guess what Marinelord is preparing for? Is the DT drop or 4-gate blink. He's going to be moving out, which wouldn't be great against 4-gate blink, but it's going to be absolutely fine against DTs here. There's no battery in the natural. There's a single pylon. There's no ability to wall this with a cyber core. It can only be walled with another pylon. Pylons are weak. They get taken down relatively easily. You wanted to right-click that turret? Are you mental, my friend? Are you mental? There's nothing at home. Goblin isn't responding. I think Goblin is just gonna die. Goblin is just going to straight up die here. He is nothing at home. He has 2 adapts, no battery. Doesn't even need to use Stim for this. 1 DT gets warped in immediately. Is there scans available? Oh my god. Scan galore. 3 scans are available. The DT goes down. And I think Goblin is absolutely 100%, 5 times over, dead. 2 Archons being warped in on the other side, but I don't think it's quite going to matter. Do we still have a scan available? Yes, we do. It's not being used. Marinelord used it now, but lost a couple too many Marines. 15 workers to 38, but these Archons need to do at least as much damage as Marinelord did just now. And I think that is simply impossible. These Marines and Marauders aren't even dead yet. And these Archons are busy dying. GG gets called and Marinelord wins the series 2-1. After failing to take home game number 2, he absolutely makes game number 3 a home run. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.